Limmy's World of Glasgow. Benjamin.
Cesar dog food, the upmarket dog food manufacturer, they got in touch and they said, we want BAM Concepts to promote our new product, the Cesar 3-course pack. I asked them, what is it you want me to do? They said, well, as you know, if you've probably seen the TV commercials, we always have someone, serving this food to their dog, and before they serve the food to the dog, they kind of sniff the food, as if the aroma in this dog food is so amazing. You've been so good to your dog. The food is that good that you wouldn't mind tucking into it yourself. But as you can imagine, not everyone is keen on testing the food. As far as they're concerned, it's still dog food at the end of the day. It smells disgusting. So what we're trying to do with our new product is provide the dog with a 3-course meal delivery concept, which will reinforce our message that this is actually real food and your dog is almost human. They want what you have. Why shouldn't they enjoy a 3-course meal? I said, sounds pretty straightforward. I think, 120 thou. How does that sound? They said it's absolutely extortionate, but we know it'll be worth it. We've heard so much about you, Benjamin. We think, your work is, I just hung up the phone on them, got straight to brainstorming, and, within 5 minutes I had a fantastic idea. I got in touch with my friend who runs and owns Pepingo's upmarket restaurant in Glasgow, and I said, "Hi mate, Benjamin here. How would you like your restaurant featured in a comedy TV show?" He said, what'll it be about? Is it like a sketch show or something? You want to? I said, no. What it is? It's going to be a hidden camera show. What we're going to do is, a Saturday night, you get your customers in as usual, and instead of the food you usually serve, we're going to serve them dog food. He said, sounds great for business, Benjamin. I said, no, listen, I'm going to give you 20 grand. He said, okay, keep talking. I said, okay, I'm going to give you this 20 grand. Now, all you have to do is serve up this dog food. I want your waiter to recommend this food. It's a new dish on the menu, and anything they can do, just really promote this food and say it's a special new chef just in. This is a special restaurant. It's been really popular in France. Just any bullshit. You know more about restaurants than me. Whatever you have to say. Get them eating this thing. I'll give you 20 grand. We'll bring in the cameras. We will hide the cameras. Watch these people eat and gauge their reaction for the comedy show. He said, well, okay then. If it's for a comedy show, I suppose it's not really going to ruin a business if it's all it's all for fun. I said, exactly. Listen, I'll be in touch with all the details. So I organised a TV crew and got the builders in to the restaurant to build some facades onto the wall so we can get a cameraman hiding behind a two-way mirror. That cost an arm and a leg. Got the whole thing set up and eventually got the Cesar 3-course through, and what an amazing little product it is. What it is it comes in a cube-shaped box, and you get inside. You have 4 containers. 4 containers that you can peel off the top. One's the starter, one's the main course, and one's the dessert. And there's the fourth container, which is actually just a little container of water, and that's to basically substitute for wine. You have a little glass of wine before the meal comes. And an amazing part of this water delivery system is it actually has a corner of this container sectioned off, so you can actually just peel a little bit of the lid back, and let the dog, your dog, have a little taste of the water just to see if they approve of it, just as you would do with wine in a restaurant. And if they approve of the wine, if the dog, maybe the dog has a fussy taste, you can peel up the rest of the container and serve that to them. I said, went into the kitchen. This is a Saturday night, preparation for the customers coming in. Really busy night. I said, right, okay, this is all you have to do. Serve them this food, and get the waiter to try and promote this dish as much as you can. We'll record it all, and we'll deal with the whole thing. And that's exactly what happened. The customers came in. The waiter went up and said, we have a fancy chef in and what have you, fancy meal. You have to try this. It's only 50 quid for the 3 courses. Reassuringly expensive. The meal gets served up, and unfortunately, everyone finds it disgusting, because obviously I wasn't going to test this dog food to see if it actually tasted of dog food or not. No one in their right mind would willingly do that. This is the whole point of the exercise. The whole point of the project is to force these people into eating it, and so that they will hopefully eat the whole lot and go, that was an incredible meal. We show that in a commercial, and everyone watching goes, oh my god, I could actually eat this Cesar 3-course. That means it must be amazing for my dog to taste. I want to buy as much of this for my dog as I can. So anyway, as I said, everyone was completely disgusted by the meal. We had it all recorded on tape, and most of them walked out early. Some of them complained. Some of them waited to the end of the meal and just really didn't, barely touch the meal. Just paid, didn't leave a tip, and left. So after all that was done with, I spoke to my friend, the guy who runs it. I said, right, that's okay. We have all the everything we need here. It's gone down an absolute treat. I think it'll be so funny once we get this live, and your restaurant's going to be in TV. It's going to be amazing advertising. He said, yeah, I almost feel a bit guilty taking 20 grand. I should be giving you 20 grand, Benjamin. You can't buy this sort of advertising. I said, well, okay, well, maybe talk about that some other time. See you later. So we go back to the editing suite. I looked over the video of this whole event, and you could really tell people absolutely disgusted by the fact that we're eating dog food. And Cesar obviously wanted to have a look at the footage to see how it went down. They took a look and they said, everyone looks disgusted, Benjamin. What's going on here? How can we put this on the TV? It totally defeats the purpose. I said, well, they're eating dog food. What do you expect? They said, well, we expected something like actors perhaps sniffing the dog food. Didn't expect them eating it. Or I said, well, I took a chance. You're the guys that kept on saying how fucking good this food was, that you can practically eat it yourself. They said, well, did you try it first? Did you try tasting it first? I said, have you ever tried tasting it? They said, have you? I said, have you? They said, I asked you first. I said, right, okay, this is getting completely childish. I'm not going to enter into this conversation. Goodbye. They tried to stop me. They said, hold on. Well, we give you the money. We want this project completed. I said, the project is completed. It's a failure. It's a non-starter. I have your money. I appreciate it. The project didn't work. Get over it. I hung up the phone. No sooner I had hung up the phone, my friend at Papingo's, he got in touch. He said, Benjamin, I've had no customers since that you done that comedy show in here. I said, oh, you as well. I mean, what do you expect, mate? It was fucking dog food you were serving them. he said, well, I mean, but they knew it wasn't my food. They knew it was part of a TV show. I said, you know, how would they? He said, well, obviously because you told them it was part of a TV show. I said, no, it didn't. He said, are you trying to tell me, Benjamin, that my customers came into my fucking restaurant and had a dog food, 3-course meal, walked out of there disgusted, and you didn't, chase after them and say, listen, that was part of a TV show. Here's the £1,000 to try and leave you with a good taste in your mouth, and obviously this isn't the restaurant's food. You didn't tell them that, Benjamin. I said, no, actually, looking back, that would have been a good idea. Quite unbelievable that I didn't think of that. And he said, well, you should have, Benjamin. I mean, you're supposed to be the ideas guy. I got a bit offended by that. I said, well, what do you want me to do, mate? Why are you saying, should have? Do you want me to go back with a time machine or something and try and sort it out and try and undo it? It's done now, He said, Benjamin, how am I supposed to recover from this? I said, you think you got it bad? I'm just after fucking over Cesar for 120,000. You gained 20,000. He said, yeah, I've gained 20,000, but I've lost. I said, you fucking child, and I just hung up the phone.